Hello everyone. Today I'm going to introduce Adobe XD, Experience Design, UX and UI prototype design tool. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the Adobe XD, Experience Design. So Adobe XD is for UX and UI, user experience and user interface design. Basically, it's a kind of a website prototyping tool. It's pretty easy to use. You can follow me, and then you can understand the whole system pretty quickly. So the first thing is, please choose your national park system you're gonna design, and then prepare the about 10 images of your choice of your park, and then the logos if they have. So the park I chose is the Arches National Park in Utah, and then this is the first one. I'm going to show you two different formats. One for the desktop version, another one for mobile app version, like this. By keeping the kind of consistencies, kind of same graphics, same mood, and same tone. So let's get started. So go to File and then make a new file. And then first we're going to make a web version, the desktop version. I'm going to choose the not the big one for now. Maybe it's web 1280 pixel dimension. That should be fine. So choose that. Okay. So this is the kind of a first one. Okay, first the home page. I'm going to name it as a home. Okay, and then for the desktop version and then even for the web version, the mobile version as well, go to View menu, and you can see the show the layout grid. Okay, so this is a kind of a guidelines. So it is kind of invisible. We won't see this, but when you lay out it, when you lay out your page, this is kind of a guideline. So you can fit your images and your text block in this based on this one. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to have my kind of menu bar on top. So as you can see it, something like this. Okay, so let's do that. So first, let me hide this, hide the layout grid for now. Let me draw one rectangle for the navigation bar, and then maybe the title or header of your site. And then once you choose that, once you drew this, I'm going to uncheck this border because I don't want to have a border. I want to change my fill color, something close to kind of a little dry color or sand, maybe something like this, because it's the Arches National Park. Okay, so that's what we have. And then let me have import the image, I mean the logo of this Arches National Park first. There are two different ways. You can go to File, Import. My folder is on my desktop, XD, Practice, and Arches National Park, and Images, and the logo.png. Okay. So I made this file in Photoshop. Oh, this is quite big. And holding down the option, I'm gonna make it smaller. And let me place it in center. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so it looks good. So I have the logo in the middle. Okay, and then let me have a title. Arches National Park. Too tiny. Maybe I don't know, 48 point. Looks good. Helvetica, and then I want to have a bold, and let me have the my text color to black, or you may type 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's a pure black. Okay, let me place it here. Okay, Arches National Park. Okay, looks good. Next, I want to have the menus on right. I think this is kind of too big. Maybe 40 point. It looks better. Okay. Let me zoom in more. Okay. And then let me have the menus. This is too big. I'm gonna choose the Helvetica regular. Maybe I can keep the bold, but this is too big. Maybe 18. Let me try. 18. Okay, so home. Okay. I have a home button. I'm gonna have next events. And the next. So good thing is once you hold down the option and drag it, see that? It keeps the kind of a same distance in between each menu, which is cool. Let me zoom in a little more. So home, events, gallery, hold down the option and drag it. And next one is maps. And the last one, I'm gonna have contact. Contact. Okay, so it looks okay. Maybe I want to have some kind of the drop shadow of this box, so I can have kind of a little depth. So select the box, and then in the properties panel, you're going to see the shadow. Open it. I want to, this is a black, but the opacity value is pretty low now. So let me say maybe 80%. Okay, looks good. Okay. And then, so this whole thing, that the colored box behind and the text, logos, and the menus, I want to select everything and let me group it. It is more manageable. So Command G. See that? It is all grouped here. And then I'm going to rename it as nav, navigation. Okay. And the next thing is, watch this. I have a kind of long kind of a hero image. So let me go back to this. Let me draw a box right here. Maybe something like this. Okay, and no border. I want to fill this box with the image. So easiest way is, let me open the folder where I have my images. Actually, practice, Arches National Park, and images. So I'm gonna use maybe not you, maybe this one as my kind of main image. Just drag and drop into this box and it will fit. If you want to relocate it, double click and then you can relocate it like this. Okay, but as you can see that this image is now on the my navigation bar, so I don't see that kind of what is that drop shadow things. So as you can see that in this layers, nav bar is on the bottom. So just to move it to the top. See? Okay. Then next, I want to have a text like this about Arches National Park and then these things. Just to make it easier, let me make a copy of this whole thing. Oops. Go back to design. And Command C. These are just a dummy text for now. And let me paste it. So this is kind of a home page. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay. And then, as you can see that, I'm using this kind of sand color wave pattern as a kind of footer. So it's a kind of a part of my design language. So let me go back. I'm gonna draw it in here, but I think I need kind of a little more space. So select your home, your artboard, and then drag it down a little bit. Okay, then now let me draw it. Using pen tool, I'm going to draw with the pen tool. Just like this. Drag it. And close it. Then I don't want to have border, but on fill color, I want to use the same color. So let me use the eyedropper tool and let me sample this color so I can fill. Okay. Then let me make another one. So hold down the option and copy. And this time I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, like this. Okay. Make it a little bit shorter. And then let me select this both and then group it again. Command G. I'm gonna name it as a footer. So just to make sure, always your footer and nav things supposed to be on the very top. Okay, so I'm done with my very first home page. So the next page is the events page. As you can see here, that is this. Okay, I'll repeat the same steps. So back to Arches, no, this new one. Let me zoom out and then select your home artboard. Hold down the option and drag it. And you can make a copy. And this one will be named as an event. No. This is the events page. Okay. First thing is I want to change the name, the image in this events page. So the image I was using for that page was, that is this. So let me drag and drop. It will replace it. See? It's that simple. Okay. And then also I need to replace my images. So in here, select your artboard so I can extend the size, and also I want to move this down to the bottom. We can change it later, maybe somewhere here for now. Okay, and then back to here, I'm gonna use the same text and the same images. So let me select this event, this, and that. Let me select everything. Just copy. And just paste it. Maybe something like this. So I think I need to move my footer even down, maybe somewhere here. Okay, and then I'm gonna make this fit somewhere here. And also make sure your footer and nav supposed to be on top of everything. So just move everything up to the top. Okay, so my second page is done. Okay, so before we jump to the next page, I want to show you how to make a link from your home to this events page, from events to home. Okay, so we've been working on design mode, design page. Now choose the prototype. Choose that. Okay. And then let me zoom in a little bit. So this is a home page. And then my plan is when I click on this events button, we're supposed to jump to this events page. Okay, but as you know, remember that we grouped everything. So when you select the events bar, we're selecting everything, this nav bar. So double click. So now I'm selecting the events. And you will see that blue tab. So this is a kind of a trigger. So once you see this there, your blue tab next to your button, keep pressing your mouse button and drag it to the next page you want to link. Okay. Same thing. From this, the events page, when I click on this home button, I want to go back home. Double click and link it. See? So now you can see the link. You can preview it by clicking on this the preview button. Play. So this is my home page, events page. You can scroll up and down. You can go back home. Okay. But what I want to do is when I scroll this down, I want to keep my nav bar on top all the time. See? So I can jump to any page wherever I am. So select your nav bar. Back to design. Sorry, back to design. Select your entire nav bar, and once you choose it, and you're on right properties panel, you're gonna see that one checkbox is called a fixed position when scrolling. So click on that. I'll do the same thing on my home page, fixed position. Okay, let me play again. See, on events page, still there. Okay, all right. So next, I'm going to make the third page for the gallery, like this. So we're gonna have maybe 10 images, kind of thumbnail, and we're gonna make a link from each thumbnail image to the full-size images, like this. Okay, so back to my file, like we did before. I'm gonna make a copy of this entire events. What is this? The artboard by holding down the option, click, and drag it to the next. Okay, and this page will be gallery page. Gallery. Okay. I'm gonna delete everything for now. You go away, go away. So everything's gone. Okay. So first, let me place my image here, somewhere. Okay. So let me draw a box first, about this size box. No border. And then there's a steel box, white on white, so that's why. And then I'm going to place my first image first, which is this one. Drag and drop to this box, so it will fit. Okay, so maybe I can import maybe 9 more images the same way, but there's a kind of a better and easier way to do it. Select your image box, and then your properties panel, you're going to see that repeat grid. Click on it. Now you see the two green handlers. Just drag it. We need to have 5 like this. Okay. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. It will change everything. And then also, once you place your mouse cursor in between, see? You can control the gap in between. So I think I need to make it even smaller. Maybe about that size. Maybe a little more. It should work. Make it slightly bigger. Okay, looks good. And also, I want to have the 5 more. Just drag it. And then make it fit. Just like this. So I have the other 10 thumbnails. Okay. Now, select your entire grid structure. Then, go to the images folder and select 10 images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. And just drag and drop. And then it will have the 10 images. Okay. And also, this repeat grid thing is supposed to be under my nav bar. So select footer and the nav bar, move it to the very top. Okay. Now, the text I had was this, so I'm going to select this. Let me just copy and let me just paste it somewhere here. Okay, and then my footer, let me move it up to here, and my artboard size, click on the gallery page and move it up like this. Again, footer and nav supposed to be on top. Just move it up. Okay. So we made the another page now. So what I'm gonna do is, oops. Let me go back to prototype page. I need to make a link from each nav bar. From the gallery button, let me zoom in. Gallery, yes. And drag it to gallery page. Same thing from here too. Gallery to gallery page. Also, from here, from home button, link to home. That is home. And from events page, link to events page. Let me zoom out. So we have 3 pages so far. Let me play it. Preview it. Home, events, and the gallery. From gallery page, I can go back to events page. I can go back home, wherever I am, and gallery. Okay. Now next thing is I'm gonna make a link from each thumbnail to actual page for the full size image, like this. Okay. So back to here. Let me make a copy back to design mode. Make a copy of this page to the next. Okay. And let me delete this. Let me delete that, and this one too. Okay. First thing is I'm gonna have my images, my first image. So I'm gonna make a link from this this thumbnail to this page. Okay. So you can import your image as we did, but since I made one already, let me make a copy of this and copy of my text, everything. You can just type it. Copy to here. Let me zoom in. Yep, it's kind of I need some more space. So let me click on this title, move it down, and my footer goes down like this. That looks good. And make sure your nav and footer supposed to be on top of everything. No? Okay. Okay. So from here, what I did, I just typed here kind of some descriptions of this image, and then also I made back to gallery button. So we're gonna make some more kind of a link. So from here, my first thumbnail, go to prototype menu, prototype mode, and double click your first thumbnail and make a link to this page. Okay, and then from there, your back to gallery page button, link to a gallery page. Okay, so let me preview it. Gallery. When I click on this, it brings me to here. When I click on this back to gallery, brings me back to this gallery page. So same way, you can make more images. The more pages. So let me make another copy of this to the bottom. This time, this will be my second image. So from my folder, let me select my second image and just drag and drop to this. Okay, so it is replaced. And then also I need to make change of this to in design mode. My type tool, image number 2. Okay. Then in prototype, I have a link already. And from this second thumbnail, make a link to here. Let me preview it. Gallery, first image, you can go back to gallery. Second image, you can go back to gallery. Okay, so you can keep adding on and on, more pages and more pages, and you can link it. So which is pretty cool. Okay. So in this way, I made the kind of more pages like this. And then in prototype mode, once you select everything, you can see the whole link, which is pretty cool. So this is kind of real big benefits of this Adobe XD. It's a designer's tool, but also it is kind of really good organizer. So you can view, you can map out your entire site. Which button brings me to which page and how they are kind of interlinked, something like that. Okay. So this is the kind of first part of the desktop version. So now let's make the smartphone mobile version, app version like this. Basically the same, okay? Just a different kind of dimension. Okay, so let me do this. Go to, sorry. Once you're done, you can save your file in 2 different locations. Save as a local document and you can specify the folder's name, and you can specify that your destination in your local drive, your thumb drive, or your hard drive, wherever you want. So that's one option. Or if you save it, just a save as, it will save your file on cloud. So that means once you save on your cloud, you can install the Adobe XD on your smartphone, and you can view it right away on your phone, which is pretty cool. Okay. I'm not gonna save it because I saved it already. So now let's make the mobile version. New. This time there are several different options. I'm gonna use this because I'm using the iPhone SE, which has the kind of same dimension as iPhone 8. So I have the iPhone SE second generation. So let me choose that. Open. Okay. So first thing is, like we did. Where's mine? Archie's app. Okay. Unlike the others, the first one, I imported some background image, but it's up to you. It would be nice to have some background images like this. Okay, maybe this time I'm gonna just leave it as white, so I can keep the kind of the same consistencies. So back to which one? Yeah, this. Okay, same way. I need to create my nav bar first. Maybe not in here. Okay. So first, let me import my logo .png. Sorry, it's way too big. Option Shift, make it smaller. Place it somewhere in the middle, top center. And I want to have the kind of same menus. So first, let me have home, Helvetica, bold, in black. 6 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is pure black. Okay, so I have a home button. So I can make it kind of the same way, or like we did for the thumbnail galleries, you can choose this repeat grid, and then you can have 5 buttons. We can control the gap in between. Then now I can change it and adjust the text. Oops. Events. Gallery. Maps. Contact. Okay. So I'm going to and just extend it a little bit. Just like this. Okay. Okay. So once it is done, let me rename it as the menu page. Let me make a copy by holding down the option and drag it to the next. Now I'm gonna make my home page. Okay, so let me delete this. Maybe I can keep it because I think I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna need it. Let me get rid of that. First, I need to make the navigation bar on top. So let me draw one rectangle on top, and I want to use the same color as my desktop version. So this one. So in my design mode, double click, and I want to use this color. So once you click, you can see the hex code here. So let me copy this color code and let me just paste it. So that's the easier way. Command V. So I can fill in the same color. Okay. And I want to have my logo on top. Make it smaller. That would be a good size. Okay. And then also, I will need to have kind of the three kind of bars. We call the hamburger button. We've been trained, so it's a kind of a drop-down menu things. So let me draw kind of a three lines. One, let me hold down the shift key, but it is supposed to be black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, and want to make it a little bit thicker, maybe 5 point, and round cap. And then let me make a copy of this. One, and up, and one more. Okay. And let me select all these three lines and let me group it. Command G. And then also, I want to select everything. This hamburger button, my background square rectangle, and my logo as nav bar. So Command G. Let me group it and let me rename it as a nav. Navigation. Okay. Oh, another thing is this box, let me double click it. Like we did, I'm gonna have kind of a shadow, 80%, like that. Okay, so we're getting closer. Let me check my image, the mobile version. So this is what we're doing. I'm gonna repeat kind of the same thing. So let me copy this, everything. Oh, yep. No, I've been, okay, so that is this page in design mode. Okay. So let me go back to my page and let me import the other image. So let me draw the box first, like this. No border. And let me import my first image. It was on my desktop, XD practice, arches, images, and I think that was this. So let me drag and drop to this box so it fits. Okay, but also I want to have that under my nav bar. So in your layers panel, choose your nav bar and move it up to up top of everything. Okay, so it looks okay. Also, I want to have my the text. So let me just make a copy from here about Arches National Park and the text. Let me copy and paste it. So I have this. Okay, but I think I'm gonna need some little more kind of rooms. So select and drag it down like this. And then what I need is kind of the same design language I was using. The kind of your footer, the bar. So let me make a copy of this whole thing, and then it's gonna be much bigger than this. Paste it, but I want to make it smaller. Maybe like that. Let me move it up. Okay, so I'm trying to keep the kind of consistency. Okay, and make sure your footer and nav bar supposed to be on top. So footer is on top. So let me move the navigation bar to top of everything too. Okay. So once I play it, preview it. Okay, so this happens, which is good. But we haven't made a link yet. So go to prototype. From the home button, double click your home and link to your about home page. And from here, when I click on this hamburger button, I want to go back to this main menu. So double click and link to your main menu page. So let me preview it. You can go back to home page. You can scroll up and down. Okay. So same way, let me show my this app version. I'm gonna make this one kind of the same thing. Okay. So let me select this image. Oh, not this one. Design mode. Let me select my image, my text, this image, and this text. Let me make a copy. And then I'm gonna make another one. So in my design mode, hold down the option. Let me make a copy. I think I will need to extend it. Delete that, delete, and delete. And let me paste it. So everything's here now. Okay, and make sure footer and the nav bar is supposed to be on top of everything. Okay, so it looks okay, but I don't like this part. Let me move my image up a little bit. It's better. Okay, and then see what's gonna happen. Okay, and the first I want to move this footer to here a little bit. Make it shorter, and let me do the same thing. Move it up. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a link from my events page to this events page. Oh, let me rename it. This is a home. This is events. Okay, so in prototype mode, home, double click. So we made a link already. From the events button, link to events page. From events pages, there's the hamburger button, link to your main menu page. So let's preview it. See? Events. I can scroll up and down. Ah, you know what? I didn't fix the other position of the my nav and then my footer. Let me do that first. Select my nav in my design mode. Okay, fix position when scrolling. I'll do the same thing for this one with my footer as well. My nav bar, fixed position, my footer, fixed position. Let me play again. Events page, see? So it does like this. Go back, home page, I can do this. Okay. Next thing is my gallery page, like this. Okay. So back to here. Next one is my gallery. So let me make a copy and get rid of all this. Okay. So first thing is I want to have some kind of thumbnails. So let me say this is the gallery page. Let me type gallery. And let me draw not the full size, maybe about this size. Okay, and no border. I want to have my first image as a thumbnail. Oh, not you, sorry. XD, and my first image, let me drag and drop to here. So this is what I have. And then I'm gonna have the kind of more images. So like we did, we can do this repeat grid. Let me just pull down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let me have just this for now. Okay, and then make it fit like this. Okay, then like we did, back to my images folder. Let me select the 8 images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 8. Drag and drop. So we got this. Oh, there's one more. That's fine. Okay. Make sure your nav and footer supposed to be on top of everything. Okay. Also, check the position things. Is it fixed? Which is good. Okay. So from here, I want to make a link. Let me go back to prototype. From the gallery button, double click. I want to make a link to gallery page. Also, from the gallery page, I want to make a link to my main menu page. So let's play it. Gallery, scroll up and down, and then I can go back main menu. Okay. Next thing is I need to have the kind of the full size image page like we did. So let me just make a link. Make a copy of this page again to the next. Okay. I don't need to have all of this. Let me delete it. And let me make it shorter. About this. Okay. Let me check my the app version. Oh, I didn't make a link from here yet. Okay. So from here. So I need to have my image. So what I'm gonna do is let me draw kind of one little bit bigger square like this, and no border. And let me import my first image, which is this. Just drag and drop to here. Okay, and I may have a description on the bottom. Okay, make sure footer and then navigation supposed to be on top of everything always. Okay, now let's make a link from this thumbnail to this image. So prototype mode, double click your first thumbnail and drag it to here. Okay, I may want to have the back to gallery button here too. So in my design mode, let me just type this. Back to gallery. Maybe somewhere here. In prototype mode, let me choose this, make a link to my gallery page. And let's preview it. Gallery, click, see? Back to gallery. You can go back home. Okay, so I just briefly showed you how to make two prototypes, one for the desktop version, one for the your mobile version. But the important thing is, no matter what national park system you choose, make sure you're using the same designs and the same graphics and same font, so we can keep the consistencies. That's the key. Okay, I think that's it for this. It's a kind of brief intro to Adobe XD, but you will love it. I love this program. It's pretty easy to use. It's a real kind of WYSIWYG editor, and a really good kind of real designer's tool. So we can view everything. We can see all the link, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's it.